Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the Small Business Show Mastermind edition. Today, we're happy to have Mike Castiglione, Sales and Leadership Training Expert from Santa Training, Shannon Harden from Digital Phasing, Digital Marketing Expert. And our guest today is Rolando Castro from Credit Repair Solutions. A quick bio for Rolando. He's named top 10 credit coaches from Yahoo Finance. He's also a graduate from Goldman Sachs, 10,000 business, small business. Welcome to the show, Rolando and gentlemen.
Hey, welcome. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure and an honor. Thank you so much.
Rolando, can you please give us a quick bio and then a little bit about what you do at Credit Repair Solutions?
Yes, so I co-owner of Credit Repair Solutions. We've been in business since 2009, and we help consumers go from not having a chance to qualify for anything, and then we give them a chance to qualify for everything. We just tell them to be very specific what they qualify for. But I mean, I love what I do because we get to help people that have lost hope, don't understand how their credit works, and we give them a chance. We give them hope and let them know. First, we educate them on how the credit works. Then we give them hope that they can be subject to hearing the word approve versus always hearing denied. And then that's a life changer for many. Even if it goes from renting even a bigger apartment or getting a new car, there are a lot of people that don't have the pleasure of what it feels like to be approved for a new car because they have bad credit. And our main goal is to educate them so that once we repair the credit, they know how to maintain it, which for us is bigger. We want repeat business, but not from the same customer. We want their referral. Yeah. So if we educate them, then they're not going to be repeat customers because in our business, we don't like repeat business from the same individual. Yeah.
Good to know. So I know that the one of the questions that you have, and really, you could explain it a little bit better by when you talk to a client. Sometimes they will say, let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to someone else. So I call it a silent partner. Can you give it an example, and then guys, please chime in, with some of the ideas that you have dealing with that.
Yeah, sure. So our clients are referred, 9 out of 10 clients are referred by either a realtor, lender, or a customer that we're helping. So their primary goal is to improve their credit because they want to, 80% of the time, buy a home or they want to move into a bigger place. They need to repair their credit. So once we meet with them, they go through our sales process. We discuss the credit with them, so on and so forth. We give them the strategy. Then it comes down to the price. Okay, the price is going to be this much. We know they need the service because the credit report sells it. I mean, the evidence is there. And number two, they said they need the credit repaired because they want to achieve this goal. And then we hear, okay, well, let me talk to my husband. Let me talk to my wife and I'll get back to you. And it goes back to my second and third question in regards to the sales funnel. Maybe out of 10, we hear back from 2 or 3. But so I don't know if there's a good rebuttal. How do we respond to that? Because that happens a lot in our business. We never get a no. It's always let me get back to you, or let me talk to my husband or my wife, and then we never hear back from them.
You hit it right on the head, Rolando, is you got to get the no.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a couple suggestions. It starts early in the process. So when you're doing a relationship sales, this isn't transactional. It's not like buying a t-shirt or a hat.
Correct. Yeah.
So it all starts in the beginning, and you have to give them that ability to say no early. They say something along the lines of, Rolando, we're not a good fit for everyone. If we're not a good fit, are you comfortable telling me no?
I like that approach.
So starting with the no in the beginning is incredibly important because at the end, I'll give you some more ideas of how to really address the hidden partner, the hidden decision maker, I call them. But if you don't put it on the table that they can say no, too many people are nice. And they're going to give you, let me think about it. Or, let me talk about it with my spouse is just a nice way of telling you no. So first and foremost, you got to put it on the table. Are you comfortable telling me no? Get their permission in the beginning. And then we need to address it what it is. So if the stall and objection is a hidden decision maker, sometimes that's real, Rolando.
Yeah.
And we need to address that early and often. So I'm always saying the best way to overcome stalls and objections is to avoid them. The only way to avoid them is for you to bring them up. So if you bring up what I call red flags,
Mm-hmm.
For you, if it's the hidden decision maker, for other people, it might be price. For others, it might be logistics, might be something different, commitment. So what I would do is, as you're talking to them in the beginning, ask one of these three questions. And the first one is, how do you plan on making this decision?
Okay.
Let them talk. In Sandler, we have a rule. They talk 30%, you talk, or they talk 70%, you talk 30. So this is rhetorical. You don't have to answer it. But how long are you normally talking during your conversations? Are you educating them and talking more, or are they telling you what they're going through in their process and how they're going to make the decision?
I want to say a 70-30 flip.
Yep, that's
Yeah. Maybe even more.
I can attest to that. I like to talk and tell them my benefits and feature, why they should buy from me. So once I turned it around, I asked them questions, I let them talk. So actually, they are telling me information that I am trying to get out, but then now they're comfortable getting to talk right now. Then they actually told me a lot of information that I couldn't ask them out myself. They just telling me that
you lower the effective filter when they're talking. It now becomes relation. We all have passion about what we do. We're all knowledgeable about what we do. So we assume we have to tell them, and telling is not selling. So first and foremost, just asking better questions will get them to talk. So I like, how do you plan on making this decision? And they might say, like, well, what do you mean? You might then say, well, who do you need to run? Are you going to run this by anyone? Because again, in your situation, they're an individual. So if you say, who do you need to get approval from? That can be confusing. So you might say it in a casual way, like, who might you run this by? Or whose advice might you get from this? And they'll be like, no one. I might run this by my spouse. And then should we bring them into this conversation?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you are all educated.
And at that point, if he says, oh, she's at work, you might want to reschedule. Yeah. Okay.
Reschedule. Again, Rolando, you're busy. And if they're like, absolutely not, at the end of the conversation, I'll give you some ideas, but I'll give you one more. It's who's involved in this process.
Yeah.
So who else is going to be involved in this process? It might be another professional. They might have a trusted advisor. They might have a counselor that they run everything by. But just really understanding their thought process will allow you to then help educate them. At the end of the conversation, when they say, thanks, Rolando, this is great information. Let me think about it, or let me run it by my fill in the blank. You can now do two things. You can say, Rolando, is this just a polite way of you telling me you're not interested?
Yeah, just be frank about it, right?
You said you gave him permission to say no. And no, I just really need to. Now, step number 2 comes in. You now validated that there is going to be a next steps. So let's get next steps on the books. When should we next connect? Monday, 2:00. Get an exact calendar and give them homework.
Okay, that's my question there. That's my question there. So let's just say they say, let me talk to my fill in the blank. Should we then ask, when should we connect with them? Like ask permission, like when's a good day to follow up with them, or should we just let them know?
When's the best to reconnect?
Okay.
So, and more importantly, Rolando, what do you?
I don't think we're doing that. I think we just say, okay, great. Well,
we'll be in touch.
Let them know when we're ready. And then we put them in our email campaigns and whatnot. But we never, I know for a fact, we never asked them, when should we follow up with you? Because when I check my CRM, there's no task follow-ups on a specific date. So I know nothing's ever been.
Those are no's.
Yeah.
If there's no, so you get a yes or a no. A yes is a deal or a next step. A no is, we're not a good fit right now. Nothing in between. So if there's no next steps, that's a no. And then you close the file.
Mm-hmm.
And Rolando, if you want to reach back out, you have my number, but our process is done here. I'm not going to chase you down.
Even if they say, well, if you ask for a date, oh, I'll call you, then you know for sure it's.
Is that just a polite way of telling me no?
Yeah, okay.
And then just, again, call it what it is. Allow them to make the decision. And my last piece of feedback for you now is coach them. So, all right, you're going to talk to your spouse, or what are you going to say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Allow them to repeat what you just talked about, because it's going to do two things. It's going to re-educate them, on what they're doing. It's going to allow you to hear, do they really understand the value that they're getting here? Are they behind it or not? I never want someone selling my product or service. I never want it. I want to be that person. But in the few instances where they won't let me into that conversation, I want to make sure that whoever's advocating on my behalf is doing it the best that they can. So what are you going to say?
Yeah.
They give you some suggestions, address this, and that's what I would do to address the hidden or silent partners. Address it early, identify what their processes are in making a decision, and go for no. Our second favorite word in sales is no.
Yeah. Yeah, true. I mean, it just rips a Band-Aid.
I would rather they tell me no earlier than they drag on and they never respond and you can't find them. And I learned from you, Mike. I asked them, in beginning sales cycle, like, is this still an active project? Either way, please let me know. If you tell me you still want to move forward, then I will let you know, like the homework that you suggest. If you like for my business will be, if you have a logo ready, if you know how many you're going to get, and when do you need all the item, then let me know. Then we set up for the next step. Then my phone call and my follow-up can be in there, and they will be expecting my follow-up. It's not just I'm calling them again. It's we are taking the next steps. Hopefully to move down the sales funnel.
Man, this is just incredible notes, man. I'm just like, boy, good stuff. Yeah.
Well, let's jump on to the next question, and obviously this should be on everyone's mindset is measuring customer service KPI. I actually spoke to one of my guests, Vivian Campbell. She wrote this book about 101 ways to stop losing your client. She actually mentioned that in the beginning, a lot of companies spend money in sales and marketing and digital marketing, but they never spend any money teaching the staff in customer service. So want to get you guys take and how do we put sales first, customer service, or how do you balance it, within your own company? Shannon?
I think with my customer service for my business, it's point blank simple. Like, are we producing results, right? And one of the things is like you said, creating the KPI is I actually had someone on Fiverr create an Excel dashboard. So where everyone has numbers, everyone in the company has numbers, right? What are those numbers? How many times are you following up with a client, right? Is their credit actually being repaired? How many times did I get a call, that you were supposed to address, right? Like, everyone has a specific number that they have to input in their Excel. And then I have that one dashboard that connects all the Google Drive sheets on one Excel. So that way my business is a living, breathing number, right? And I can track all those things. So for me, it's like, okay, everyone should have a number. Everyone should have their numbers on whatever they're doing, right? If the salesperson has theirs, I think with customer service, it's more about deadlines and making sure that if, repairing someone's credit, if it takes 7 steps, how many steps do you have to go on a weekly and monthly basis, right? If you should, be on step number 3 by week 1, week 2, are you behind? Are you ahead? How many steps do you have left to get it done? Because I think customer service is fulfilling your promise, right? That's
I like that.
Fulfilling your promise. So if I tell you your credit's going to be repaired in this time, and in order to do that, they need to do these 4 steps in a timely manner, then that's a number. That's definitely a number. How much percentage are you completing for each client, right? I'm 70% done. Okay, make sure you're consistently at an 80% completion rate by the end of the month. And let the numbers tell the story. Like, I'm not a biased person. The numbers are going to tell me whether you're doing good or bad. Even if have a bad day, if the numbers tell me you're doing good, hey, you know what? You're doing a great job.
Okay, cool.
And so you asked, what's more important, customer service or sales? And that's, to me, it's a balance. You have to prospect. Everyone does. Prospecting is your lifeblood.
Yeah.
Especially, Rolando, with you, I loved your comment earlier, is you don't want repeat customers, right?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You do want ongoing business, so ask. I love what Shannon's saying, is make sure that you can quantify everything, but just qualify it too. Ask your clients what worked well, what didn't. Have So when you talk about behaviors, when you talk about always engaging through your pipeline, once they're done, they're not done. Are they followed up with? You have behaviors down the road. So two things. Yes, right away. But what about a year from now? Do you have them? You said you have a CRM that you're using. Do you have a 1 year timeline where you connect back in? How's it going? We helped you repair your credit. How's your life right now? What's going on? Do you follow up down the road because life is busy? Do you get the long-term effect from them? Do you get those? You might get the testimonials right now. I was able to buy a house. I was able to do this. I got the yes. However, do you see the long-term story? And that would be really cool or not. And if you, like Shannon says, the numbers don't lie. If they fall back, well, what's wrong in the system? And what support can you do as a business provider to help them down the road? And is it an added service, or is it just pivoting and doing something a little bit different?
Yeah.
So that would be my suggestion.
One thing that I learned is, especially if this is a more technical business, and then the owner or the proprietor is the face of the business. They have all the technical knowledge in their business. But if they have staff, if they're assistant or a receptionist who is answering the phone, are they as well trained as the owner himself? A lot of time when we call business, we try to ask one question, we get put on hold for 5 minutes. And then you ask another question, another 2 minutes. So you get upset, you hang up. So before putting them on the phone, are they really well trained, at least not as knowledgeable as the technical people? Do they know a little bit about the business? Do they know where to point it to? And another thing that normally people do is, there are people who are bad answering phone. These are tech guys. They're not picking up the phone. They have a bad voice. We want a nice voice, right? But those tech guys should also be able to pick up the phone too. You have the technical knowledge, and then you'll be able to point people to the right direction quickly. And everyone in the company should know the mission for the company. If I talk to a receptionist, if I talk to the owner themselves, if I talk to the actual technician, they should still have the same value. They know what it stands for. I sometimes call a company, when you talk to different people, you get different answers. I don't like that. And that's why we are not able to retain those clients, because every people that they call, I know that this person say no. If I call again, they might say yes. So this is a mixed message that sometimes customer service, the retention rate is different because different people have different answers. Like, how is that consistent?
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever role play with your team before? So not on the phones. Did you ever role play with your team?
Many years back, but not recently, no.
What made you stop?
What made me stop? That's a good. Got busy. It's an excuse. Got busy.
If you're practicing with your real clients and prospects, that's not the right thing to be learning.
Oh,
so, even if it's 15 minutes a week, where you're getting people together to go through, you can do it two different ways. You take one situation from the previous week that either wasn't handled well or someone didn't know how to handle it, and you dialogue about it and role play it, or you as the leader just provide situations, and then what would you do? And have them do it right there on the spot. It's not comfortable. Let's be honest. No one likes practice. No one likes role play. But what makes you perfect and the best when you are client facing and prospect facing is being prepared. You be practicing in game situations.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm ready for some good stuff. I like it.
So the technical guys can learn customer service skills, and customer service can learn some tech skills.
Exactly. And that's where you create the collaboration internal.
Yeah. We have our weekly huddles where we discuss issues, wins, losses from last week. We discuss issues, but we don't role play a certain scenario or a certain situation. Okay, what happens if these clients are upset? Let's role play that. Yeah, we don't, which would be good, because we do get a lot of those clients that have high expectations and they're upset because things didn't move appropriately. And I don't blame them, but we don't have a system where, okay, let's role play. You be the angry client. I want to see how you handle it. And that'll be good for me to be able to see how they handle that, because I'm not there to listen.
You take it from passive to active learning. Passive, which is kind of listening and dialoguing, and all right, now I have to do this.
Yeah.
And you can do it two different ways. You can How many team members are in the huddle?
We're a total of 6.
So you can break it into 3 groups. Everyone does it, and then you can do it like tournament style. Whoever wins, whoever does the best.
Yeah, I like the role playing. I like that. Yeah.
So
yeah, whoever wins gets a free gift card or something.
whoever wins then goes to the middle, and then everyone can then do it. So
Yeah.
celebration, and then if they're doing it, I don't know, their lunch is paid for next Friday, or I don't know. So it's like it's a celebration versus punitive. And then that's because what you're not going to want, and this is my fear of what happens down the road, is I don't want to bring this to Rolando because then we're going to have to role play.
Yeah.
You want that collaboration. So this is in an open setting. So do both group where you're not on the spot, and then also where you are getting some feedback from everybody.
Yeah.
So both ways.
Okay, got it. Cool. Good stuff, man. I'm writing a lot of notes.
Well, another question that I want to bring up from Rolando is building a sales funnel. So like Rolando said, there aren't many repeat clients. So if there is from word of mouth or from a referral from other agents who is helping that individual. So that's what do you guys have? Shannon, from a digital marketing perspective, is there a funnel that you guys do with from social media posts down all the leads and down to closing the sales?
Yeah, I mean, we're actually working on that now. So, we have a funnel of, all right, social media, or even now we're doing a lot of Facebook ads, right? From Messenger, Messenger to a phone call to then hopefully another meeting to then the sale, right? Because we're trying to, on social media, you want to, they say if the product is over $20, that's considered, anything under $20 is considered an impulse buy. I can buy it right then and there. I don't need to think about it. Now, before Corona, that was it. Maybe it's lower, maybe it's less. I'm not sure. But obviously, all of our products are over $20. So someone's going to need to talk to somebody before they make the purchase. So that's why it's like, okay, how can we get them on the phone right away using these techniques that Mike is showing, right? And then, Rolando, I know you're really good at creating customized funnels for different things.
Yeah.
And I would just stress like, okay, that is
sales is not my strength. I have a salesperson. I have 2 salespeople, but they're very weak in the first question in regards to what Mike was sharing was like, man, this is incredible because I trained them on how to deal with credit with customer because I know my customer too well. I know their needs, and I know when they say this, I have all that. I mean, for 12 years, but what I don't have. Sales techniques, sales experience. When they say this, hit them with this, hit them with that. So when Mike was talking, I'm just like, wow, that's incredible. And I know you helped me with marketing a lot, Shannon, and you understand where I'm coming from. Even if we help the sales funnels, it's like, sales is my weakness for sure.
Yeah.
And let me add to that because I'll add to what Shannon's saying. And prospecting is your business lifeblood.
Yeah.
You always need to be prospecting. You always need new people, especially for you, right? Yeah. So my question to you is, what's your referral process? How do you generate referrals from current clients?
Well, I've been in the business for 12 years, and for those 10 years, I was heavy on social media, just posting every day. I would visit offices. I would attend every chamber there was. I mean, I was at every event. I mean, I was literally hardcore, just maybe 4 or 5 events a week. And I would visit maybe once a week. I would visit maybe 20, 30 offices, maybe over 100 offices a month. So
your thought process specifically to referrals. What's your strategy for generating referrals with your current clients and prospects?
Right now, it's just all word of mouth.
Do you have like a process in place, or is it just passive? If I really liked my process, or my credit got clear, you did a great job, I passively pass one to you, or do you have a whatever? And be proactive.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a process that my team could follow to ask you for a referral, or I don't have anything in place that after we hand you your 750 FICO score, this is what we do. No, I don't have a follow-up in regards to once we're complete. I mean, I have a system of what happens when the phone rings and what my team has to do to provide great service, but that's about it. But I don't have anything like that.
And that's what I would do as one tangible takeaway is whoever is the client, put them back into who. Do you have outbound sales? Do you have people dialing phone, or is it all inbound receiving?
It's all inbound. Very little outbound, but we don't call any cold leads, nothing like that, no.
What I would suggest is same thing like we mentioned earlier with reaching out to your past client. Reach out to them. Not only asking them how they're doing, how did everything go, and give me a testimonial, but also asking, is there anyone in your world I could connect with? Is there anyone in your world who could benefit from a conversation with them?
It's probably people with bad credit hanging around with other people with bad credit, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I use that method. It's, whenever I close a project, right away I will check in to make sure that first they're happy with the product that I do. If there's something wrong, I'll fix it. So, and then I'll ask them for referrals. No, like you said, Shannon, I ask them usually for 3 names that you want to give. I know, Mike, you do the same. You ask their person who you think might be interested in my service. So when they are a happy client, they are more likely to give you referrals than if you contact them a year after. Can you send us some referrals? So when they're happy, they're more likely to tell a lot of people. Then you actually want to give them ways they could share it on social media, maybe get them on video. Shannon can probably help you to blast it out there to tell the world how happy they are. And
Yeah,
then you actually driving referrals coming in, and also find a partner, like you said, realtors, or maybe the loan person, or maybe their financial advisor. Do they know exactly which type of client work best for you? So maybe a FICO score, or maybe a certain individual in their life. So do they know exactly what kind of referrals is best for you? So make sure that they know.
20% will never give you a referral.
Yeah.
20% will always give you a referral when they're happy. And 60% of your clients will give you a referral if you ask enough and you ask the right questions, like Sawyer was saying. So you can tap into 60% more referrals if you strategically ask and educate them on how they can refer you or who they can partner with you. We just assume. And if you did good work and they're happy with you, why don't you ask?
Yeah.
You believe in your product. You believe in helping people's lives. Don't they want to spread the word? Isn't that a gift that they can give to someone?
Yeah, make sure that I follow them, when it's done, like within 5 days. I want to make sure, first of all, if they're happy, because if they're not happy too, they tell people. They tell more people than if they were happy. So I make sure that they're happy, and then I ask for the referrals. And chances are, they might know some people within the same industry, or maybe they know their neighbors who have the same situation, like Shannon said. And then there will be a good referral, and they will be telling them what you have done for them. So they're actually promoting your business for you.
Yeah, because we do, whenever a client signs up for our services, we have what's called a welcome call, which we go over the entire process, what they can expect moving forward. Michelle introduces herself as their credit expert and their person to reach out to if you have questions, so on and so forth. So what everyone has shared here, I need to revisit that process, that system, and I need to be able to include a lot of things there. Even ask for referrals at their net, because they hired us for a reason. Mm-hmm. And then I need to have where we have checkup, like a KPI could be, we're going to check in every 3 months. We put on the calendar every 90 days, we check in with them and see how the credit is going and see how the service has been, maybe create some type of surveys and whatnot. But yeah.
Hey guys, we are coming to a close. Are there any actionable items, final thought that we could suggest to Rolando?
I think you got a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
Rolando, what's 1 or 2 things you can commit to moving forward?
What are 1 or 2 things I can commit to moving forward? Yeah. Revisit my processes for sure, especially my welcome call. And then role playing for sure. I mean, those are 2 things. I mean, I have a lot more, the rebuttals and whatnot, but I think it's having everyone on the same page in regards to them not giving different answers. So whenever the client calls, if A answers the phone and then B answers tomorrow, they all sound the same, and it's the same story of going back to what our mission is, and then the sales funnels for sure. Those are two things that I'm going to definitely commit to for sure.
Okay, Rolando, I'm going to put your contact information in there for viewers who would like to learn more about what you do. Go ahead and send them an email. Thank you so much, guys. And this is a great format. So for viewer out there who owns a business or run a business, if you have any question or want to be on the show, go follow us on YouTube and Facebook. Reach out to us, and we'll love to have you on, ask question, and then we provide you some idea. Again, thank you so much, guys. Love to.
Incredible, man. I think what you guys are doing is amazing. I love it. I mean, I took away so many nuggets. I will be connecting with you guys for sure.
All right, thank you, guys.
You got it.
Have a good weekend.
And then if you guys need any marketing, Shannon's a man. For sure. Right, boss? You got it, guys. Take care. Thank you.